Good afternoon. I'm going to make Mexican rice, some guacamole, and some pico. And this only takes, well, the rice takes maybe 30 minutes. So I'm going to get started. I already had my pan kind of warming up. And I'm going to cut some onions. And I'm going to get these onions real brown because I like my onions to be real brown. I'm just using maybe a half of an onion. And if you can use more, you can use a whole onion if you want. That's up to you. And I'm going to share this with my daughter. I called her and told her what I was making. I said, you know, if you don't have anything planned for dinner, you could have this. And she said she had some other stuff she could make to go with it. So half of her dinner will be done. Okay, and I'll cut this up and then I'm going to turn the video off because these onions might take a little while to get real brown. I'm doing exactly what my husband didn't like. He said, you need to make the onions and the bell peppers all the same size. And I thought, oh, that takes too long. Okay, I'll get them to cooking, and when they're about right, I'll come back. Okay, as you can see, I like my onions very brown, and I cook those in about, I don't know, 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And now I'm going to add a cup of long grain rice. And no, I didn't wash it. Mix that around. And you want your rice to be a golden brown. And that will probably take a little while, so I'll come back in a minute. Okay, now I'm going to add some garlic. My rice is already brown like I want it. Just going to slice that garlic. I'm using 2 cloves, or yeah, 2 cloves. And just going to stir that around just a little bit to let that garlic get kind of fragrant. When I can smell the garlic, then I go ahead and put in about a cup. Start off with a cup of hot water, and then a 14-ounce can of tomatoes. Turn this up so it will start boiling. And my seasonings, I should have put those in when I was stirring that garlic around. But I put in a couple of tablespoons of parsley, about a teaspoon of black pepper, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of oregano, a little salt, and some cumin. I put in probably a teaspoon of cumin in there. I think I'm going to put a little more water in there. And I'm going to put in a piece of, oh, those kitties. Those kitties. A piece of jalapeno pepper. I'll just leave it whole. I just want flavor. Okay, it's starting to come to a boil. When it does, I'm going to put a top on there and let it cook about at least 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, here we go. And I want to turn the temperature down to about 3. And if you're wondering what this is my cilantro for the pico. I put it on this vent here to dry. I had washed it and it's drying. My brother-in-law put this in for me. It is a Gen Air vent. He got it off of a stove he had, and he set it on the side of my stove so it could vent. And I have found it's a cast iron grill. I can put hot pans on it. I can bake a cake and put the cake on there, and it cools off real quick. I just love it. It's one of the best things I've ever had. Okay, we're gonna let that cook. I'm gonna go set my timer. Then we'll move over and I'll start working on the pico. I'll be right back. Okay, now let's work on the pico. I've already prepared my jalapenos. I'm going to dice those up small. This is one large jalapeno. My sister gave me a good idea. She said that instead of buying bell peppers, she'll buy jalapenos because they will last longer. And if you cut all the seeds out, it won't be real hot. I'll just... Well, this knife is not sharp. And yes, I did change shirts. It's hot in here in the kitchen today. I don't know why. It's not real hot outside. Okay. And I may want another pepper in there. I don't know. Just kind of depends. Okay. Now, onion. I'll start off with half of an onion. I don't know how y'all like to eat your rice, your Mexican rice, but I like it for breakfast. You know, make some scrambled eggs or make get some corn tortillas and put a little cheese in there and melt it. Have it on the side. Even black beans. I like that for breakfast. And of course, for supper, you can have that. Whatever, chicken enchiladas and some fried rice, and then add some black olives, sour cream. Okay. Oops, that onion's hot. I'm going to cry. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got 2 Roma tomatoes. And I'm not chopping this up real small, just because I don't feel like doing that today. I just make it in bigger chunks than I usually do. But this pico, it's good. If you just have like scrambled eggs for breakfast or cheese omelet, you could have some of this over your eggs. Just use it as a condiment for most any meal you have. I think it's good. When I go to Mexican restaurants, I usually ask for 2 bowls of pico. And they tell me, oh, that will be extra charge. I said, that's fine with me. I love this stuff. Okay, I got the tomatoes, jalapenos, and onions in there. And now I'm going to put in the juice of half of a lime. I'm going to save the other half for my guacamole. And I had to roll this lime because it was hard. Got a little cut on my thumb. That juice is burning. Okay. That made quite a bit. Okay. Put that to the side. Now I'll put in a little cilantro. Okay. Put a little pepper in there. Okay. And I'm not going to put salt in here, because when you put salt on things, it extracts the water out of your vegetables or whatever, and I don't want that. I just rather have the lime juice and then the natural juices of the fruit and vegetables. Okay, now I'll put that in a little container, and that part's done. And I'll keep the guacamole till the last thing. And I'll be back. Okay, here's the rice. It's fluffy. Oh, there's some that looks a little undone. Okay, I'm going to set it on the stove and put the top back on it and let it sit for a little while. Okay, let's do the avocados. I got this little bag at Kroger. It was marked down. There were 8 avocados in here. Very ripe. So I thought, oh, guacamole. Then I thought, oh, Mexican rice. Let me get a spoon. I know y'all probably eat toast with avocados. If you don't, you should give it a try. Makes a nice breakfast. Just filling. I had a little success with the avocado seed. Oh, probably been 4 or 5 years ago. I planted it and it came up. I had it for about 2 years. It didn't get real big, but it was a nice little experiment, you know. Okay, let's see if that'll be enough. Some lime juice in there. If you don't have lime, you can use lemon. Put a little pepper. And a little salt. It doesn't take much to mash this up because they're all so ripe. And since I'm going to share this with my daughter, I won't make it real smooth. They like theirs kind of chunky. Okay, and there is that. Now I just need to put that in a container. Now if I was having a party or something, I would just leave it in the mortar pedestal. Of course, it'll turn a little dark, but you know, Stir it around, it'll be fine. Okay, well, I'll be back when it's all together and I'll have a plate so you can see it. Okay, we have our Mexican rice, pico, and guacamole. Now, you could have black beans on the side, chicken enchiladas, beef enchiladas, fajillas, whatever other kind of dish you want. You know, serve it with different kinds of chips. And I think it'd be good for breakfast with some scrambled eggs. You know, just anything you want. So now I'm going to taste it. Oh, guacamole. Little pico. So fresh. Fresh flavor. I don't know, and that was a good deal on the avocado and the tomatoes. There's a bag of those for 99 cents, so I have to think of something to do with all those tomatoes. But I think your family would like this, and you can, instead of using water, use chicken broth, or you can use any you know, the powdered bouillon cubes. I didn't do that because they're so high in sodium. I tried to avoid that, but you know, that would make it really good. And of course, if you don't, you can use powdered garlic. You can use tomato sauce instead of a can of tomatoes. It's just a lot of variety that you can do. You know, have some black olives on the side, sour cream, Greek yogurt, just lots of things. So I hope you'll enjoy it and give it a try. And y'all have a good afternoon. Bye.